So we recently redesigned our whole survey strategy. So there was a need to re-engage leadership and get buy-in, and just to give a high level on that redesign. We used to do the kind of a typical once a year annual, very long employee engagement survey, and then we reported it down to any leader who had 6 or more respondents got the same exact template kind of report, right? And we decided to redesign our survey because of a few reasons. One was we had been doing that same survey approach for a very long time. It was becoming stale. There was some considerable concerns around the credibility of the results. They were exceedingly favorable each year, and they just kept getting better and better and better. And our leaders would look at them, and it would just kind of, would suggest that we don't have any problems, and they would feel like that wasn't really true. Especially because when we would do external surveys through benchmarking consortiums or things like that, we wouldn't blow it away the same way that our internal survey did. We were just blowing away all the benchmarks, and so they felt like the results weren't accurate. And so, and then finally, we wanted a more frequent pulse. Our leaders wanted a more frequent pulse on engagement. And so for those reasons, we redesigned our survey strategy, and we are now pulsing 4 times a year total. 2 of those times we focus on culture, and the audience is senior leadership, and 2 of those times we focus on manager effectiveness. And the audience there is every manager who gets at least 3 or more respondents. So like in the culture survey, we're keeping the results pretty high level because the issues that are being addressed in that survey are fairly high level. And then on the other side, on the manager effectiveness survey, we're pushing it down as far as we can. So that's the basic strategy. And so leadership buy-in, even though we felt like we had some pretty solid content from our previous survey that our CEO was fairly attached to and our CHRO was fairly attached to, we really wanted to re-engage our leaders in the development of the content. So we partnered with TNS, and we did a series of interviews with various stakeholders, some business leaders, some HR Center of Excellence leaders who had a stake in the particular content areas, maybe benefits, maybe leadership development, or whatever it might be, right? And we had them analyze the content and help us understand what were we missing, right? Like what was important to them, and that was an important outcome that would tell them that they're doing a good job, that they would want to be measured against, that wasn't in the survey. And so we refreshed the survey content to really measure the things that were most important to our leaders. And I think that that is probably the most critical thing that we've done to gain that leadership buy-in, because if your leaders aren't invested in the things that are being measured on the survey, then they're not going to be bought in to support that survey, to push communications to the employees to ask them to take the survey, which really helps with your response rate circling back. And so I think that was important to our success of our new strategy.